This picture-perfect harbour town you're looking at goes by the name of Cove. It's located in the south of Ireland. If you stand west and gaze towards the Atlantic Ocean, next big chunk of land, North America. Cove was the main departure point for 2.5 million Irish immigrants making their journey across the Atlantic Ocean in pursuit of a better life in the land of promise. This is Annie Moore. She's staring in the direction of Ellis Island, New York City. She was the first ever immigrant to be processed there. And if you go to Ellis Island, there is a statue of Annie Moore staring right back at her. There is a tremendous connection between our two countries, and certainly one of the most popular European trips Americans make is to Ireland to trace their ancestry. And even we non-Irish come to this country to discover its people, its history, and culture that so greatly contributed to our own. So whether you're Irish or non-Irish, join me today as we discover the great counties of Kerry and Cork in the country of Ireland. The largest city in County Cork is, big surprise, Cork City. It's located in the southwest corner of the Republic of Ireland. Ireland is an independent country, unlike Northern Ireland, which is still a part of the British Isles. Cork is a city that sometimes gets a bad rap simply because it's not Dublin. I've been to both cities, and I think this is just a wonderful place, a really enjoyable city, especially if you're traveling all throughout Southern Ireland and you're visiting every little quaint town and village. You know, you need some city energy and action, and Cork really fits the bill. In the late 1700s, Cork City began its economic boom, and around that time, a new market was established, and remarkably, it's still here today. Jackie Dooley told me about it.
So this is the English market in Cork City. This is a very unique market. It's the only type of market in Ireland like this because it's an indoor market. Oh. It's very Cork, it's very atmospheric of the people of Cork City. All of the produce is local produce from all of the county area. So that makes it very local, very fresh produce.
Oh, look at these eggs.
Yeah, these are buttered eggs, Samantha. These are very specific to the market. Yeah. Here, the eggs are dipped in butter after they're laid, and you cannot hard-boil these eggs. No matter how much you try, they only can be soft-boiled.
You dip them in butter after they're laid?
Yeah, they're dipped in butter. It just gives an extra flavour, an extra coating. It's very specific to the market here.
Oh, nice.
So quite unusual. So we have black and white pudding here.
Is that
Samantha,
what pudding is?
That's what pudding is here. You've got the black pudding and the white pudding. And this is Alan here. Hi Alan, how are you doing?
Very good.
Alan, this is Sam.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm just admiring the pudding and thinking, doesn't look like the butterscotch I'm used to.
Wise choice. I suppose American really is a dessert pudding, is it?
It is, it is.
Okay, well over here we have a slightly different variation, and it's like a sausage. You have a black and you have a white.
Now, why don't you call that sausage?
Well,
why do you
sausage,
call it pudding?
well, you see, we do call it pudding because it's already cooked. I mean, sausage isn't. Sausage is raw. It's to be cooked as such.
What is it?
Okay, we have a variety of ingredients. We've got pearl barley, we've got pork bran, and of course, pig's blood. for the darker pudding, and of course we go with those for the white.
Oh, pig's blood. Well, thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate that.
Thanks, okay.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
Jackie tells me you're a true Corkonian.
Absolute heart, soul, body, mind, a lot. Cork.
Are you a fisherman yourself?
No, I don't fish, but we do sell a little bit of it. Quite a bit.
Is this all local fish that I can find in the waters off of here?
About 80% would be local.
And where do you get those oysters? Those are massive.
We get our oysters from Oyster Haven. Do you want to try one?
Oh, I'd love to try some oysters, sure.
All right. Et voila.
Ah, lovely.
And you can't have one. You can't have one without the other.
Where did you get this?
Blind it.
I didn't see a pub here in the English market. So just down the hatch. Down the hatch. Sorry, I have to chew it.
You do.
But now this can go down the hatch.
Blind it, which means good health.
Coming up, what in the world is going on here? You'll find out next, and that's no blarney. I'm traveling along the southern coast of Ireland in the county of Cork, and a destination I've always wanted to see is just a short bus or taxi ride outside of Cork City.
One of the top attractions in the country of Ireland is the Blarney Castle. And while the castle is a very nice place to visit, what people are really coming for is to kiss the Blarney Stone. Of course, doing so is supposed to impart the gift of gab, eloquence and such. And judging by the number of people who come here to do so, you think you wouldn't be allowed out of this country until you did. So, pucker up, Stone. I'm coming.
There's been a castle on this spot since the 10th century, and the keep, the stone tower, has been standing since 1446. The castle changed hands a lot in its history, but amazingly, it's wound up in the hands of the same family since the 17th century. They even maintain a huge mansion on the grounds and live there.
If you've ever wondered where the origin of the word Blarney, exaggeration came from, well, the castle is it. See, back in the day when Queen Elizabeth I was politely suggesting that all Irish lords bequeath all their land to her, Lord of Blarney was determined not to. And at every request of the Queen, he would just send back one long letter after the next, oozing with flattery, exclaiming his devotion to the Queen, and yet promising absolutely nothing. Well, exasperated, the Queen cried, "Blarney, Blarney! What he says he does not mean." And thus it became a part of the English language.
But of course you're going to want to take some of that gift of Blarney home with you, so you head for the battlements at the top of the castle to kiss the famous Blarney Stone. There is a climb involved.
Ooh, there's a lot of steps to climb, narrow passageways. I'm about to kiss this stone right here and just be done with it.
One important thing you should do when you come up here is not to think about how many thousands of lips have been here before you.
Next, please.
I think I'm next. Take off the scarf, should I? So I
Yes,
don't choke
to be
myself.
sure, my dear.
Okay.
Be seated with your back to the wall, please. And lean back. And
You're
give
not
me-
going to kiss me, are you?
You never know. Give me both your two hands, please. Left and right. Lean back. Way back. Drift.
Oh, it's that
and
one, is
drift, and kiss. Easy coming back up. Back you come to me.
Now give me a hug.
Great lady. Great lady.
When the average person thinks of Ireland, they think of this place. Rolling hillsides, lakes and woodlands, little sheep farms, pure streams and rivers. This is County Kerry, to the west of County Cork. And I'm heading for my home base here in Southern Ireland, near the village of Kenmare. It's about 2 hours from Cork City. I've checked us into the Sheen Falls Lodge. The lodge is a privately owned country house on a 300-acre estate, and it is considered to be the top hotel in Ireland by the readers of Condé Nast Traveller and the Zagat Survey.
This is beautiful, isn't it? It's like comfortable and elegant at the same time.
While traveling through Ireland, you're going to come across a lot of B&Bs, and these are convenient places, great places to stop for a night or two, but Sheen Falls Lodge is a destination in Ireland. There are grounds to walk, an exquisite restaurant to go to, there's a spa, there's a library, there are horse stables. This is where you come to have that country manor experience and be pampered by the Irish countryside. So this is my room. It's considered a standard room here at the lodge. It's known as a deluxe. And the first thing I noticed was just how spacious it was. I mean, there's a lot of room to walk about in. Also, lovely buttercup yellow color. Very pleasant room just to while away the hours. Some luxury perks here are a flat screen TV. There's also a CD player, so you can play all that Celtic music I'm sure you've stocked up on. There's a pretty spiffy bathroom, accented with marble and wood paneling. And I also have a balcony.
Aha! And now you see the falls in Sheen Falls. You can see the water coming through the archways of the stone bridge here, over and through the boulders and down into the bay. And it's more of a horizontal falls than vertical, but still a fantastic view. And as you can see, there are lots of rooms with balconies overlooking it, so I would definitely request it. What a great sound. Oh, it smells wonderfully, too.
I'm looking forward to spending my day exploring a typical Irish village, and Adrian Bartels, general manager of the Sheen Falls Lodge, is the man to see.
Doing great.
Look at this weather. This is fabulous.
That's Ireland for you. 4 seasons in one day. That's great. That's great.
Well, that's why I'm going to hop on the bike and go into Kenmare for the afternoon.
Lovely. It's only a 10-minute ride. Beautiful, beautiful town. Lots of beautiful people in there as well. Hopefully you enjoy it.
I will, absolutely.
Great.
And I heard it was a tidy town. What is a tidy town?
Yeah, Tidy Town is a national competition for the tidiest town in Ireland, and Kenmare has won that 3 times in a row. So it's a beautiful town. You'll really enjoy it. It's lovely and picturesque, so have a great time.
Go! Great view of the bay right here. Is there a truck behind me? There's a lot of things behind me.
The picturesque village of Kenmare is worth the trip. It links 2 legendary roadways in Southern Ireland, the Ring of Kerry and the more rugged Ring of Beara. And they're right, this is a tidy town.
Kenmare is a town that is just alive with color. Each storefront has its own shade, and there are wonderful names here. O'Finnegan, O'Sullivans, O'Donovans, O'Sheas. And did you know that in Ireland, all businesses have wonderful Irish names, not just pubs? You know, if someone told me they were going to O'Donoghue's, I'd be like, oh, to have a pint? I'd be like, no, to get a rake and some birdseed. Why would I have a pint at O'Donoghue's?
If you're taking a tour of the Ring of Kerry or the Ring of Beara, Kenmare makes a nice spot to stretch the legs and look at the shops and galleries. It's definitely a good place to do some Irish shopping.
Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is it true that each fisherman's sweater is different?
Yes.
Depending on the family?
Depending on the family. That's where it originated. They all had their own designs.
So they could identify the husbands or sons?
If they got lost at sea.
And there's a lot of symbolism here as well.
Yes. You have the flat cable, which depicts the rope.
And it's interesting how different that one is.
Yes, this is a cable as well, and it's a different one.
So that'd be a different family?
Yeah, a different family, yes, indeed.
We're heading into the Irish countryside when Passport to Europe returns to County Kerry. I bought some picture postcards of Ireland while I was in the village of Kenmare, so I thought it was high time I looked for some picture postcard scenics of my own.
Best way to see Ireland is by car. Now, just so you know, they do drive on the opposite side of the road here, just like they do in England. And if you do rent a car, also know that most of the cars here are stick shift, so definitely specify if you want an automatic. I went with the stick shift because they are cheaper, and you get used to it. You get used to this whole idea of driving on the other side.
One of the most popular car trips to make in this area is along the Ring of Kerry, but on the smaller Ring of Beara, the scenery is just as dramatic and beautiful, and yet pleasantly void of the large tour buses, since they can't fit on such narrow roads. You should allow the good part of a day to explore the many sights along the scenic coastal route. After a slight delay, which is also something you won't encounter on the main roads, I arrived at my first stop, Gleninchequin Park, a private estate in the beautiful Gleninchequin Valley. And before I explored the grounds, I decided to stop in for some tea in the charming farmhouse owned by Peggy Corkery and her husband Don.
Hello. Hello. Oh, wonderful.
Right, you're welcome.
Yes, are now these fresh baked,
Fresh
home-baked by
baked this
you,
morning,
Peggy?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you call them scones or scones?
We call them scones.
Scones?
Yeah.
Okay, me too. So
Yeah.
I guess maybe I am Irish and not really English. Thank you so
Right,
much.
you're welcome. Yeah.
Now here at Gleninchequin Park is where you will see the most beautiful sheep farm you are ever likely to cast your eyes upon. This is also a very popular hiking station. Now, because this is private property, they do charge €4, but it is a gorgeous hike up to the falls and around this incredible property, and do take advantage of Peggy's homemade scones.
No, come on, Thomas.
Gleninchequin is a working sheep farm that has been in Don Corkery's family for 6 generations.
So this is Thomas?
That's Thomas.
And this is Larry?
And that's Larry.
How old are they?
They're 6 weeks old.
Oh, my goodness, they're quite large.
They're sheep.
They grow fast today.
Grow fast, yeah.
It's the mother's milk. You've got a lot of sheep, too. How many do you think you have?
200 lambs and 200 sheep.
Will they ever be full? Are they like dogs where they can just eat themselves?
Gluttons for food.
Exactly. Aren't we all?
With 400 sheep to keep track of, the Corkerys need to utilize a fencing technique that the Irish have practiced for centuries. Martin Bell showed me the traditional way to build a stone wall.
This is known as a dry stone wall because there's no mortar in it. It's one of the original ways of building, because before they had mortar, this is how they had to build.
Just one rock at a time on top.
Yes,
So you've really got to look for rocks that will specifically go...
Well, yes, well, you have to use what you've got. And, of course, some stones, like this one here, they go right through the wall. So that's called a through stone. And you always try and put 2 stones on one or one on 2, so there's always a bond.
So you're really eyeing different stones and rocks and seeing what's going to go where?
But it's really done by instinct. You know, you can teach someone, but if they haven't got the instinct, they won't actually learn.
I like your seat right there.
Well, that's when I need a rest, you see. But if you want to try it...
I would love to try that out. Oh, that's nice. Does it recline?
I'll have to do that next time.
There's so much more to discover at Gleninchequin. For instance, the hiking trails to the waterfall reveal amazingly beautiful views. But the rest of the Ring of Beara awaits me. When we return, we'll discover 2 ways the Irish have kept warm for centuries. One is not quite as legal as the other. That's next. I'm traveling along a road in southern Ireland called the Ring of Beara. I'm officially heading for the small town of Bonan, but it's almost as if I was going back to another time. This is Molly Gallivan's, a 200-year-old cottage where you will experience the simple yet fascinating lifestyle of Ireland in the days before electricity. Molly Gallivan was a widow with 7 small children, and it's on her farm that you'll experience firsthand her incredible resourcefulness and how she used every bit of land and animal she had to support her family. For instance, if you don't have the fuel you need to heat your home, what if you burn the soil itself? This is Stephen O'Sullivan.
Now, what are they digging for?
Turf. You'd call it peat.
Oh, this is a bog area right here.
This is the bog area. You can see it quite soft.
Mm-hmm.
So the peat now will be cut, will be spread out here, left for roughly a week to dry, weather permitting. Then when it's dried sufficiently, we burn that in the fire.
And you still do that today? That just amazes me, that you're actually literally burning earth.
Yeah, burning earth, yes, exactly.
Molly Gallivan sold butter, eggs, and homemade baked goods to make ends meet, but what really brought in her profits is still, sort of, available today.
Okay, Samantha, we're going to have a little Irish drink.
Okay, what's this? Whiskey, is it?
Whiskey, it's called poitín.
Poitín, oh.
Poitín.
This is the stuff that's very illegal in the United States. I can't take this back with me, and actually it may be illegal here in this country as well. So pour on.
It is illegal.
It is illegal.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Okay.
Makes it all the better.
What is the proof on this?
60 to 80%.
Yeah, I can smell it from here. That's amazing. Do you sip it lightly or just down in one go?
Down in one go,
okay.
I'm afraid. I'd count.
I'm just going to take
Cheers.
a sip. Cheers.
All the way back, Samantha. You ready for some more?
I'd say put me to work. I could probably milk every cow in this field, shear every sheep. My goodness. That's strong stuff. That is strong stuff. You really drink this regularly, do you?
Not really.
Okay.
No,
just
I'm
pour
good.
unsuspecting Americans, huh?
Yeah,
you bring it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Irish countryside is so restorative. It's an emotional landscape as well. Lush green meadows, waterfalls, and sheep grazing in the foreground. There's no denying the powerful effect the countryside will have on you, as well as the Irish themselves. I mean, to say that these are friendly people just doesn't do them justice. They possess something more, something that can't be imparted by kissing a stone. A local gentleman told me that the Irish are knowledge seekers. They really want to know all they can about you, and then you want to know all you can about them. And you find yourself having the most wonderfully fulfilling conversations. All the social barriers fall to the wayside, and you are just two people in genuine pursuit of discovering one another. Ireland is a place where, even if you are not in search of your ancestry, you will leave this country having found a part of yourself. If you want to learn more about what I did in Europe, talk about the show, or check out my photos and journal, log on to Travel Channel at discovery.com. See you there.